Oddball Show features content intended for mature audiences. If you'd like to view a content warning before listening, please check out the episode description. The views put forth by our hosts and our guest reflect the speaker's opinions and not the official stance of Oddball Foundation. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoy the show.
Why, hello there. This is Jason Wright, editor of Oddball Magazine, and we are here with another week that was. Today I got with me, as always, my associate editor, Chad Parento. Hello, Chad.
That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. I'm putting a tariff on words, which means when you have to introduce me, you have to use 67 more words. So you have to say, hello, welcome to Oddball Magazine, the greatest magazine ever, Oddball Magazine ever, Oddball. Over here is Chad Parento, the beautiful, very beautiful Chad Parento ever. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think you have 30 more words to go. So go. Right. I'm just giving you the guideline.
All right. Well, I'll keep working on that. And also we have
you're supposed to say, I'll keep working on that, sir. Absolutely. We need to get on that. It'll be perfect. It'll be a perfect plan. Perfect phone call. Perfect intro. Perfect intro. Perfect
intro. And as always, we have our resident writer, Timothy Gager, in as well here. Welcome.
He's hanging himself in the bathroom now. Beautiful, beautiful bathroom. He can't take any more of this.
Porcelain.
I like that there's a disclaimer, then you have to read the disclaimer. They don't tell you what the disclaimer is. And I ain't going to work on Maggie's farm animals no more. No.
All right.
Not the pigs, not the sheep. Not the
okay, I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I've got beautiful nothing. I'm backing away here. I'm having a cocoa, the best cocoa.
Mr. President, you're a big fan.
The week that was is we go over the week that was at Oddball Magazine, oddballmagazine.com. This week we're gonna tackle the week that was Oddball starting March 31st. March 31st. Our resident.
I'll also point out from now on for Oddball, for all Oddball submissions, we're open to submissions at every time. However, tariffs have been placed on submissions, which means now they used to be for free, but now we've had 67%, which means you'll have to pay us at least $30 per poem.
They're free now. I just want to be free there, Mr. President. I'm going to be free. Like I want to be able to play my electric music.
Free.
I think the tariffs on Colombia.
We've hit a wall. We built ourselves a wall and we hit it with these.
I mean, I'm telling you, like pre-show, you guys were showing accents.
It's a very high wall, strong wall.
We're putting tariffs on Colombia in Columbia House. It'll be higher than a penny for 6 cassettes.
What voice are you doing, Tim? Just to be clear.
Oh, hi, I'm Bob. Just call me Bob. Bob Zimmerman.
Bob Zimmerman.
I think you're officially older than Bob if you can remember Columbia House giving 6 tapes for a penny. I remember, even from my time, it was more than
the last movie I saw was that Bob Dylan movie, and it was not as good as advertised.
Yeah,
I was waiting for Leonard Cohen to come in the whole time. I really was.
I was portrayed as a real dick.
Was it a documentary?
Yeah. It was a dickumentary.
It was a dickumentary. It was a
rebel without a cause. It was Bob Dylan starring as James Dean.
Chad,
you've heard of a tight 5. This is a bow loose 50. This is gonna be a great show.
Tighten it up, people. Tighten it up. I look tan. In this recording. I don't know.
You look blurry, man.
Chad, how was your week?
I'm sick. I have postnasal drip.
Actually, Chad, I saw that your last TikTok video had 143,000 videos. What did you do?
I just talked about how I talked about exotic Panama City and how it used to be. When we went there, it was a dead town, and it basically was a MTV Beach House site. But then they said we don't want the tourists anymore, and the MTV Beach House left, and now the city is dead.
Yeah.
And all there is. You might want to turn down the speaker because I can hear myself echoing.
We,
But
we built this city on rock and roll.
actually, they built the city in a lot of shitty shops, shitty souvenir shops. Like I took a walk down Panama City Beach for like one day. I walked at least 2 or 3 miles, and it was miles and miles of just like the same shitty shops selling shells that you could find.
Miles Davis, he's on Columbia too. He was knee deep in the hoopla.
Hoopla.
I think whoever created that Bob Dylan movie
this-
needs us to do director's comment. DVD
We
comment.
built this city on rock and roll. I think I should do the director's comments. It'll be just as good as the Oddball show. We should do it. The oddball cuts to the Bob Dylan. Oh no, don't go with Sylvia. She's bad news.
You know, I went electric before Bob Dylan. You know, my father discovered electricity.
Joan Baez.
He wanted to execute the first black man in the electric chair. He made that too.
Joan Baez, please invite me into your hotel room so I can write music while you're in your nightgown.
Now, is it?
See her
Now,
like-
do you not like it because of the actor who played Bob Dylan, or just because?
No, I thought he. Actually,
story.
I thought he did okay, but like, I don't like again any pseudo documentary, fictitious documentary. It's just gonna be like they're gonna gloss over like certain major things, and they'll give them like a minute. So, whatevs. It is what it is. Like, it is what
First
it
rule
is.
about Lhasa known as
In case you're
don't
wondering, people, none of this has anything to do with the week that was Oddball Magazine.
Well,
No.
this is our week, motherfuckers. This is our week.
It's
The week,
a long week. Anyway,
the week that was in front of my TVs.
then again, the week that was had the economy completely crashing. So,
talk. Oh yeah, maybe we should talk about that. That's something. That's something.
That's-
Well, yeah, okay. Now I won't give a Terrafun words when explain the economy. We're just gonna say shit's fucked, and and move on from there.
Well, a lot of his supporters are posting about like, oh, we shouldn't panic. We didn't panic in 2022 when the stock market went down. Again, we're now stuck on that.
My aunt, I posted a big Trump meme with Trump going, "Hey liberals," and in parentheses below, crashes economy. And my aunt replied, "Well, it's time we had a term. What's good for the goose is good for the gander." I think I understood what she meant by that, even though it doesn't make any sense still. But then I sent her a picture with 2 birds on a spit, and I put goose and gander underneath each one, which I think kind of sums up the economy right now.
yeah.
I think a good roast is between a goose and a gander, and we're gonna cook both. It's gonna be beautiful. And now Tim Gager is
I ain't gonna work on the goose and gander on Maggie's farm no more.
oh god.
So are we gonna start off with this poem by Mike Masterson Gibbons to kick off March 31st?
It is the first one, so I would think so. Mouse to Mammoth,
All right.
inspired by the Metro story, major step in return of the mammoth after scientists create the woolly mouse.
That's the cutest little mouse I've ever seen.
Because some scientists looked at the world outside and said, you know what we need? More atrocities running around that we're going to have to clean up and kill.
I ain't gonna work with woolly mouse no more.
Mouse to mammoth. Mutations, permutations are the stuff of evolution. If effects in mice upscale to pachydermal size enough, Siberia becomes a paradise. Enjoyed by mammoths, prophesize the guys that grew a golden fleece of woolly hair on quite colossal but non-mammoth size mouse guinea pigs. The scientists declare a hope. A mammoth calf is born in 3 more years of tinkering. If genes for fur manipulate the hairless pedigree of elephants, from mouse to mammoth, Were they mammoth brains or woolly thinkers, they have only mice with woolly DNA.
It's a think piece. Mike Messerson Gibbons is a professor emeritus of mathematics at Florida State University who has returned to live in his native England. His acrostic sonnets have appeared in Autumn Sky, Poetry Daily, Better Than Starbucks, The Creativity Webzine, Current Conservation, Ekphrastic Review, Grand Little Things, Lighten Up Online, Mono, The New Verse News, Oddball Magazine, Rat's Ass Review, The Satirist, The Washington Post, and Westward Quarterly. The poem was prompted by the Metro story, Major Step in Return of the Mammoth after scientists create woolly mouse. Weird and stupid.
I had mono. It was the best mono. The Ivana. She was everywhere.
It's a think piece if you're stupid.
Well, no, I mean the poem's not.
Oh my! All right.
The summing up.
Look at the Sesame Streets and chains.
Nice.
This got me in the feels because I'm like, don't keep Sesame Street out of satire. They're sacred. But it works. That's why I included it. Very good work in poetry and art by Richard Spizak. It's someone else's turn to read.
I'll read it.
Improper ideology.
Tim will read it.
Improper ideology. Oh, you're going to read it?
Nope, you're reading.
Want me to read it?
Nope.
Improper ideology. Improper ideology, say once again for me, revising history for the moneyed class, why it's as if certain realities never came to pass is a finer ideology. Sure, women always had the vote. Scratch that guy. He might be troubled. Please take note. And women can always buy a home. Hey, wait a sec. Why was she alone? She left her man to borrow his charger card. Why that is so, revisionist. I heard some important man say, no women were executives. What were you thinking? And none were ever pilots up in the clouds so stinking. Pilots up in the clouds so stinking.
Not that one. That word was pilots. Continue.
Sometimes when you're looking at something for the first time, the word pilots just comes up. Slavery was full. I'm so sorry. Slavery was just full employment. Government plan. Even the smallest toddler could enjoy it as long as he could stand. And when they were sold, your ma and pa, you might find yourself left waiting in some saloon or bar till some generous man picked up your tab. They're such a musical people with a gift of gab. Science always was advanced by men who never took advantage of the females in the lab, their friends. They would never claim unearthed scientific achievement. Why would they sooner suffer from their own embarrassing bereavement? And schools for blacks were never poorly funded. Anyone saying that it had politically blundered to even suggest that polluted places seem to be located near the darker races. This is simply to malign the ruling class. And frankly, if by now you don't know it, you can kiss my pass card. In guard, in protecting watershed, they're not word for native peoples, and it's never been true. We locked our children in steeples, and even think we've been imperfect seems a filthy lie. Let me show you with a soulful glance. Look right in my glass eye. Well, I got through it after that bad rice pilot incident.
Yeah. Let them all eat pilot. Richard, before we get into this, what did Sesame Street have anything to do with this poem?
I think they were just basically saying that no one was safe.
Huh? It was Sesame Street. Nice.
Oscar the Grouch has always been a known deplorable. He likes it that way.
I ain't gonna work on Big Bird no more.
Wow, I think there's a line between Oscar and Dylan that's just a few octaves higher, and he could sing Rainy Day Woman and all day long, and no one would know.
Are you talking about Oscar Wilde and Dylan Thomas?
Talking about Oscar the Grouch, asshole.
Oh, hey, man, I just want to be free.
Well, that's trash, but I love it.
I love it. Homer, I love the trash, Homer.
Oh, God.
Who was that? Who was that? Was that Gollum?
No, that's George Simpson.
Oh,
I want my precious right here on Slimy the Worm. That was Oscar the Grouch, you goofball.
well, yours was clearly Oscar the Grouch. His was my precious.
His was okay. Oh, sorry. His was Gollum. I thought he was. Yeah, he was kind of like denigrating from Dylan to Gollum. I thought he was still in Dylan mode, but just Dylan was losing it.
Richard Spizek began his artistic career as a light artist in the Lumonic studios of Mel Tanner, a legendary light artist. After serving under Jack Horkheimer as a planetarium operator at the Miami Space Transit Planetarium, he left to begin traveling with Loomis Kevin Lyman. The show Dazzleland Studios traveled across America. Richard later worked as a laserist with Laserium and Laser Productions, served as a technical producer for the festival company Pace Concerts, and later as operations manager and senior producer at WWHP and WTCN TV in Stuart, Florida. Richard writes for theater, TV, radio, and the web. He published 2 short story collections, 2 Small Windows and a Pair of Mirror Doors, and Between the Silences, followed by his poetry collection 7370 Allen Drive and the recently released Stone Poetry. Richard also produces Poets of the East, a televised webcast featuring poets from across the globe.
I think did we lose Tim?
Possibly.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Our boss.
Oh, no, he's back. He's back, baby. I just got to let him back in.
Okay.
There we go. Are you back on Maggie's farm?
I'm back. I ain't gonna go back on Maggie's farm no more.
Oh, the second coming of the Antichrist. All righty, here we go. And then
Okay, this is a special recipe by Grady Van Wright, a Shouts and Murmurs New Yorker style piece. The recipe for authoritarian stew, a dish best served hot and over white rice. Ingredients: 2 cups imported external threats, preferably from China, Canada, or conveniently chosen boogeymen. 1 quart internal enemies, finely diced journalists, academics, protesters, and disloyal members of your own party. 3 tablespoons nationalist nostalgia, aged for at least 50 years for best results. 1 cup scapegoated minorities, Mexican picked tomatoes, immigrant harvested avocados, or a fresh supply of refugees work well. 4 tablespoons censorship and disinformation, stirred until smooth. 1/2 cup corporate corruption, marinated in tax cuts. 2 tablespoons of thinly veiled theocracy, available at your local megachurch. 1 heaping scoop of voter suppression, sifted to remove excess democracy. 3 tablespoons militarized policing, generously cracked down upon. A dash of militia groups, optional but adds great texture. Salt to taste, or until fact checkers cry. Visit oddballmagazine.com for the full recipe. We're not just giving everything away over free on the podcast. We're giving away free on the magazine, but we need fucking clicks, damn it.
You know, that reminds me of a piece.
Bon appetit.
McSweeney's used to publish like list poems, and that would be perfect for McSweeney's magazine, but it's perfect for Oddball too. And I like, again, the reference to white rice pilot, served over a white pilot.
Grady Van Wright is a poet, author, and playwright whose work is introspection, independence, and the surreal edges of the human condition. Based in Houston, Texas, he has been writing and reading poetry for over 25 years, drawing inspiration from a lifetime of experiences and historical fascinations. His work has been published in Washington Square Review, the McNeese Review, and numerous online literary journals, with a distinctive voice that merges stream of consciousness with moderate surrealism. Grady continues to craft evocative narratives that challenge perceptions and invite contemplation. And our friend D.L. Polonsky is a Boston area artist, writer, and filmmaker. His caricatures have appeared in the Boston Herald, and his written work includes the children's book, The Letter Bandits, from TBW Books. That's a cool poem. I like it. I like that.
I just want to say to our friend Jeff Taylor, if you're listening to this in the afterlife, it's not heaven. Run towards the light. Run towards the light. All are welcome. Run to the light, children. All are welcome.
A Poltergeist reference from 1983.
Well done. Well done.
I can't see you, mommy.
Chad, you want to take Oddball Stories with Jan Lemku?
Mommy, there's someone else here.
All right, anyway, mattresses are us. The first time I slept with Rob at his house, I was astonished by his bed. Though king size, it was so lumpy that I couldn't imagine how he had slept on it for decades. He, however, had no complaint. He had found a mattress eons before at an estate sale, and having grown up with few comforts and having worked in refugee camps as a young doctor, it was good enough, especially with the double layer of foam toppers he had added several years back. At first, I kept quiet. I didn't want to be difficult. After all, doesn't any relationship require accommodation? But it wasn't easy. Aside from the lumps, Rob had put bricks on the floor under the headboard to tilt the bed at an angle with the effects of his heartburn. To keep from sliding south during the night, I learned to lie on my side with my torso wedged between the swells and my arm tight around his waist. This is going to lead to a new mattress. You want to hear more? Read the rest of the story at oddballmagazine.com. Let's do a bios read, sir.
Gene Lemkow. I am a recently retired clinical psychologist who taught at a medical school in Ohio for 25 years and practiced psychotherapy for almost twice as long. I now live in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where I write, paint, and enjoy a good night's sleep on Rob's mattress. You must read to find out.
Yeah, you have to read the story. You can only do that at oddballmagazine.com if you're someone else.
This is cool. Poem by Susan Isla Tepper.
Why don't you read this one, Jason?
All right. Collage by Digby Beaumont. Why? Why are you crying, dearly beloved? You could take me out for a run. It's dark in here. Dusty makes my snout itch. We could go for a spin with the top down, sharing your burger at Ruggles in town. So many fun things we're able to do if you would stop crying and wipe those big eyes of sweet baby blue. Chad, you want to read the bio?
No, I'm sick.
No.
I'm still reading.
No.
No.
Love that.
No.
Wow, Dead Air goes
Susan
really well.
Has a new novel release from Sputin Devo Books, New York City, titled The Hair of a Fallen Angel. A 20-year writer, she's the author of 12 published books of fiction and poetry and 7 stage plays. Teppa has been nominated 21 times for the Pushcart Prize in both fiction and poetry. Her play, The Crooked Heart, concerns artist Jackson Pollock, premiered on October 25, 2022 at the Irish Repertory Theater in New York City. Adapted from an earlier novel, it was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. A YouTube music video for her new novel was made by Tim Young and Paula Parente. No relation to Chad Parento. Parente. I ain't gonna work on Paula Parente no more.
Digby
Who's that?
Beaumont. Yeah.
Go.
Digby Beaumont is a self-taught artist. His artwork has been published extensively in collaboration with writers of fiction, poetry, and music. His subjects include portraits, figures, urban scenes, and still lifes. He aims to convey a subject's character as well as a good likeness. His pictures sometimes suggest elements of a story. He uses techniques such as acrylic painting, pen and ink drawing, screen printing, and mixed media. Digby is also a widely published writer. His stories and poetry have appeared in more than 100 magazines and anthologies, including the best small fiction. Previously, as a textbook author, he has numerous publications, including international bestsellers.
Now, is he a textbook author or a textbook author?
I don't know. I think who is this guy? Let's read this guy. Jagged Thought 562 something. Something in the way I spoke tonight. Play a song to numb my brain, camouflage my overactive mind. I don't know how else to say it. I've said too many sentences to too many strangers, said too many personal things to too many people in the driver's seat sometimes, and sometimes I walk back what I say. Sometimes I'm calm and quiet. Sometimes I talk you off the ledge, show you the books I've written to tell you I am special. You just wanted to take my order, and I blurt out things like I live in a sober house and I'm 5 months sober. That I was paralyzed by alcohol, and you said, "Oh, like EDM." I told you what my tattoos mean. Describe them all. I'm sorry. I wrote too many poems. Idiot savant with too many things. Too many special interests. I think it's a trick, a tick, or maybe I'm autistic, or maybe I think too much. And this is just another poem to a beautiful waitress, and I couldn't write.
Jason Wright is some guy. He does oddball things with oddball poetry, with oddball poets, with a magazine that I think is called Oranges.
Oranges Magazine.
Yes. Oranges.com.
Oranges.com. It's like purple, but not.
God.
All right.
Good job, Jay.
Damn. Poem by Scott Taylor. Who wants to read this one?
I can go back. Wait, you want to read this, Tim?
If I can find it on my my computer here. Is it a column?
No, it's a poem by Scott Taylor.
Poem by Scott.
Is it oh, okay, hang on. There it is. I got it. Sorry. I'm having technical difficulties. Poem by Scott Taylor. Damn. None of it matters. Dancing monkeys will have you believe that the stock market is up and that their cocks are shinier than yours, but dust settles mighty quickly, and 10,000 tear-filled sunrises equal 100 years of buttered scones with tea. Ooh. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's cocks no more.
Chad, you want to hit the bio?
Chad, you with us?
I don't know. I haven't checked the screen in a while. I've been on the magazine. What's going on?
I said,
who are these people?
Well, anyway.
What are you doing in my room? All right, go ahead.
God. Scott Taylor hails from Raleigh, North Carolina. He was a writer and a musician and an avid world traveler. His short stories and poetry have appeared in numerous print and online publications, including Vast Chasm, Coast City Review, Oddball, Literary Hatchet, Swifts, and Swifts and Slows. His novel Chasing Your Tail and Screwed have been released with Silverbow Publishing, and his novellas Freak and Irony and The Golden Egg are slated for inclusion in an upcoming anthology with Burning Wild Press. He graduated from Cornell University and was a computer programmer in a past life. Bonnie Matthews Brock. Fuck these long bios. Bonnie Matthews Brock,
right.
Florida-based photographer as well as a school psychologist. She loves hiking the urban and woodland trails of anywhere and pausing often to shoot photos with her very patient husband and often collaborator, Ted. Her images have been featured on the covers of magazines such as Ibbotson Street, Wild Roof Journal, Posey Magazine, Humana Obscura, and Arkansas Review, as well as on the pages of publications such as Oddball Magazine. Wow, she shills to those assholes too. Ember Chapsum, Review, Beyond Words, Literary Magazine, Beaver Magazine, and Lateral. Her works are archived at institutions such as Poets House, NYC, Brown University, and Harvard University.
Wow.
That's a $9 billion poem.
What's that line from Showgirls? Yeah, how many classes did you go to? You got too much class. Get out of here.
Nice.
There were lines in Showgirls. I just remember the movie.
There were lines, no tan lines.
Hey-oh!
I saw the Showgirl episode that she drank too much coffee.
Yeah. She's never getting into Vassar. That one.
Yes.
She's never getting into Stafford.
I'm so scared.
Oh, are you talking about the amphetamine one?
Yeah, the Saved by the Bell episode.
I don't think it was just coffee.
I'm so excited. I'm
so scared.
But definitely, Showgirls changed the trajectory of her career. It became a projectile vomit.
Poem by Megan Cartwright. with photography by Edward Galt. All right. Alley Cat. Crockhead does kickflips. His girlfriend barefoot walks on tiptoe like an ethereal toddler, hairbrush in hand, Kong to her partner in the camouflage pants. Duke and Duchess of the shared pedestrian zone. The woman in the black cap sells copies of The Big Issue. The bigger issue is the 18-year-old in a suit, beer stolen from the bar at 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. He's comedic, rite of passage. His friends ogle passing families and office workers in transit. Like a parody of a Harwood poem, I sit on a bench. This is all happening next to the swanky parlor, straight out of a Anderson film. Megan Cartwright is an Australian poet and lit teacher. She has never pushed a cart, but she does push lawnmowers on the weekends.
Edward S. Galt is a poet and fine arts photographer living in Brighton, Massachusetts. His words have appeared in Oddball Magazine, Spectrum, Wilderness House Literary Review, Interlude, Currents, and Encore. His poetry collection, Airhead and Other Poems, was published this year by Red and Green Books.
Red and Green Books.
Brilliant! That's Miss Marissa Prada's publishing house. Get well soon, Miss Marissa Prada.
Ah, yeah.
And now
I'll take this one. It's all one thing. 580.
I can get it. Okay, I got it.
All right.
I got it. Give me one.
Got it. It's all one thing. 582. Red tail.
Had to drain a gallon of mucus. I can't say
Mucinex.
Mucinex. I hope it was
my
Mucinex.
words are all messed up forever, and I'm an idiot, and I'm not speaking with hyperboil. Anyway,
Hyperboil.
It's all one thing. 582. Red tail. This hawk on low branch prefers me to the black crows patrolling above.
James Van Loy
has been a fixture in Boston poetry reviews since the 1970s. He is a member of Cosmic Spelunker Theater and has run poetry workshops for Boston area homeless people at Pine Street Inn and St. Francis House since 1992. Van Loy leads a Labyrinth Creative Movement workshop, which his Labyrinth titled poems are based on. His work appears weekly in Oddball Magazine.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's James, who's always writes very long epic pieces, comes in with a 3-line piece, which I think, Chad, you should have been like, this hawk on low branch, if you'd like to read the rest of it. Next time. That was perfect setup.
That would win a poetry slam after like everyone does like their fucking 3 minutes.
One here.
Jason, you're breaking up.
Bamboozle no more. Pretty epic. You got to go to the. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you are breaking up on this one.
Loud once more. Crazy and confusing times. How does one choose between mere convenience and injustice? And if you like the rest of that, you have to go to read the rest of it at Oddball Magazine.
If you'd like to read the
prose and poetry and performs comedy. Janet prefers different and original over pretty. She loves collecting stuff, but cleaning not so much. Janet also talks to strangers. Her column appears weekly on Oddball Magazine. And here we are with Bruce Wise. Wise words with Bruce Wise. Coming to the end of the hour. Let's go. Chad, do you want to pick your favorite wise words?
You first, sir, or Tim first.
Okay.
I'm going to pick one because this will, this aligns with James Van Loy's, and it's the very first one. Haiku by Clear Dew Ibuse.
Mm-hmm.
Little boy crying, I'd like to show you a hawk, but they're hard to catch.
All right.
I ain't gonna work on that hawk no more.
Oh, God. What will you do with the hawk?
It's hard to catch, man. Sylvie.
You don't have to catch a hawk. What do you think that gives milk?
Sylvie was like a hawk that was hard to catch. She just got on that bus and said goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to read Emily Dickinson by you. She was small.
Whoa, you're breaking up, man.
Charlie Brown.
You're breaking up.
Charlie Brown. Wop, wop,
You're breaking up, man.
Wop, wop.
You hear me?
Break it up.
Wop, 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 wop.
Stop, break it up.
It's,
All right, someone else.
it's not your mic, it's your internet connection.
Yeah, I think I think you're the wrong speed.
No way, man.
Well, someone else can read that one.
Oh, Emily Dickinson by USA. W. Celebrate. She was small like a wren. Her hair was but tied. For like the chestnut burr, it grew out true and tried. Lodged like a baryon. Her leaves, her eyes were like the sherry in its leaves. Yusa, W. Celebrate, is a poet of American literature. Emily Dickinson, 1830-1886, was a poet. In 1860, Amherst, Massachusetts had a population of around 3,000. Today's population is around 40,000. Quark-based baryons, protons and neutrons are small but heavy subatomic particles that make universe.
Duh.
Duh.
Okay, I got
Duh.
one.
Chad, you got one?
Something to herald the new season. Spring's Unfolding View by Bruce Wise's 88th personality, B.S. Elouis de Acule. The force that through the green fuse drives the flower drives me new, that blasts the roots of trees, likewise is my destroyer too. And I am dumb to tell the crooked rose, as are you, that my age now is bent as well by spring's unfolding view. Bermuda grass is dormant, tan and dry as straw accrued, and rose bush stems are crinkled, wrinkled, really hard and crude. The leafless oak without its cloak is gray, contorted wood. But all of this alive that drives and thrives, God found was good. Still I am dumb to tell how time ticked heaven round the stars. But for as long as I can, I will drive despite time's bars. B.S. Elouis Acule is a poet of Brit Lit. Dylan Thomas, 1914 to 1953, was a modernist British poet and prosit. We have heard from multi-personality Bruce and a crew.
Is that the
And now
poet?
the week is done. Economy's fucked. I'm
Is that,
drinking
is
this
that the
$5
poet?
diet Mountain Dew.
Is that the poet Zimmerman Thomas? He says, the repetitive themes in tonight's show, man. It's just amazing. We're gonna have Woody Guthrie as our next. Hey Woody, let me play a song for you. And
I think either the connection is bad again, Jason, or you have toes in your mouth.
You got toads in your mouth. He's doing his Dylan Thomas impression.
Yeah, I think the connection is bad. I'm trying to I don't know. I've only had one cup of coffee. That's also
Now we can hear you.
Say that. Wow!
Or
Look at that.
coffee.
All three of them. All right. Well, that was the week that was.
The week
everybody.
that was.
Have a
That was the week that was.
Chad, where are you gonna?
Remember, everyone, despite how much fun we're having, what I got going on this week?
What do you got going on this week, Chad?
I have an announcement coming up for Stone Soup. Hopefully, I will be able to make it soon. I'm currently recovering from a head cold, and more stuff is going to be happening on Oddball Magazine, hopefully starting Monday, hopefully some special appearances. And check out my poem on the Crossroads. Check out Chad Prento, poetforhire.com. For all my links, join the Facebook group, join the Facebook Stone Soup Poetry group, join all my web pages, and have a nervous breakdown the same way I do managing them. Join my Substack newsletter.
I have a poetry reading in Jamaica Plain on Friday night of next week at the Grinnell House. And also, second episode of the Two Deans Dating, Dread, and Disaster will drop on Monday. And that has the first one with a guest. And the story that she tells about her dating disaster is one for the ages.
Wild story.
Break a leg, hon.
So subscribe, follow that podcast, which is produced by the Oddball Foundation.
Yep.
We had something to do with that?
Yeah, I'm putting it together. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
guys very much for
All right, guys.
Thank you, you two guys, for listening. Jeff Taylor, if you're listening, you're not in heaven. Sorry, run. And hopefully you guys learned something. So take care, kids, and remember.
You know, it's like one of those.
M-A-R-I-J-U-A-N-A.
It's like one of those Wheel of Fortune connected puzzles, which is like Jeff Taylor Swift to heaven.
And
Man,
now here comes the awkward pause before Jason cuts us off.
Yeah. And that has been the week that was. Question mark, apostrophe, hyperbole.
If you want the disclaimer, read it. We're not going to tell you what it is.
We'll throw the disclaimer at you again, just to let you know. But this has been the week that was. I want to thank
Oddball
my two
Magazine's
excellent
humor
co-hosts.
is not the humor of anyone living.
Or it's not the humor of anyone dead.
I don't know why our count is going up. I don't know why 30 people are watching us right now. That's crazy.
Are you fucking serious?
That's because
What's wrong with you people?
They're complete unknowns.
There's a protest to go to today.
Jason.
Who are those 30 people? I want you to out them.
I can't out them all.
Are they all they're all anagrams of Adam Stone. Oh my god. But anyway.
This has been the week that was. I am Jason Wright. That was Chad
Brento.
That is Tim Gator.
If you can
We'll see y'all later. Have a great day and see you real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Oddball Show and the Oddball Foundation is dedicated to mental health advocacy through art.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oddball Show features content intended for mature audiences. If you'd like to view a content warning before listening, please check out the episode description. The views put forth by our hosts and our guest reflect the speaker's opinions and not the official stance of Oddball Foundation. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoy the show.